Izikhothane is flattered, but he's not impressed with the way they go about it.
I don't agree with the part of tearing clothes, because I don't think anyone of our generation and before us have ever torn clothes. The difference is when I was young, when I was in school, and my friends came from rich families, and they bought clothes at outfitters, and my grandmother could only buy clothes from Sally's house. I decided to sell fruits during break at school. I decided to work on weekends at taverns picking up empties.
But many say it is precisely the so-called bling lifestyle flaunted by the likes of Kenny Guneni and Kanye Mbao, not to mention well-known politicians, that is influencing township kids. Hip-hop artist Hydro admits that hard-working citizens are not role models.
The sad truth about South Africa, we see people with degrees in the neighborhoods. You find a nigga here walking around here with a degree in marketing. He's not working. Well, I don't want to be like that guy. He's broke. He's got a degree. What is it doing for him? So therefore, what do we do as young kids? We look up to people like Kenny Guneni.
For the Izikhothane, restraint is not in their vocabulary. The lure of opulence is just too strong.
That's why it's all about, you know, these expensive things, and yeah, the whole culture. It's materially obsessed. The culture.
These parties show no signs of stopping. It is bling gone mad. Expensive clothes, alcohol, very young kids partying as if tomorrow doesn't matter. Coming up, did the pressure to conform to an excessively expensive bling lifestyle lead to suicide? The pressure on some young people to keep up with this excessive, opulent lifestyle is massive. In some cases, families even go into debt to support this habit. And in one case, it possibly even led to suicide. The Izikhothane don't only specialize in destroying, they're also creative and inventive.
African culture to want to dress up and to adorn your body and dress up nicely. It's part of our culture that people would want to dress up, in expensive and nice clothing.
But the constant pressure to look the part can have tragic consequences. We heard about a youth in Katlehong who assaulted his mother because she couldn't afford his expensive clothes. She declined to talk to us. But another family did give us an insight into the potential dangers of this youth obsession with swag. After their mother died, 17-year-old Tondo and his brother came to live with their elderly grandparents. With her own child gone, Gogo showered her grandson with expensive gifts when he became Izikhothane, even though she earned a small living as a spiritual healer and depended on a child grant.
ngoba behamba ngamafashion qala ama Nike ayikho inhlobo uthanda bengenayo ye Nike iskipa nebrobe la khona nezicathulo manje ngikhohlwa legama bebetshela nami ngiyakhohlwa lezi kuqala amateka khona bebiza ama 1100 kwaya ke yashintsha ke manje kwase kufuneka nama igas ibrobe igas ne Levi's nama lento lezicathulo lezi bathi RM ngamthengela ze 2200 nje ke usho ukuthi nani namakhavela le khavela nosiye napho sinazo benazo uthando nezinye ngimthengele emuva nje white gas bekuyiteki nalo le Nike nalo was 1200 so bethe yonke into abeyifuna uthando beyithola.
And his Gogo indulged his expensive tastes, even if it meant putting goods on lay-by or getting into debt. This, however, was not enough. In October last year, his crew, the Psychos, were invited to a party. He went all out to get the right outfit. All seemed well. But days before the event, he sent his gogo a grisly SMS.
Gogo sengifuna ukushona. Phela nje. Yazi into eziningi washo njalo. Ngase ngilomthukileke nje ngoba kubakufika ukuthi izizwe ngibane ufaro ngathi hayi lokho ngicheck baloku bechecka kahle bathi hayi akana next uthando uyilalele nje nakana next uthando uthe ngabo something to 1 quarter to 1 nje kanjalo wathi makathi uyaya wabuphakaya khona wathi mama uthando sekasikhungile.
His grandparents were grief-stricken.
Asinabantwana azange sibe nenhlanhla yokuba nabantwana enough ngangokuthi we don't have umfana. Intombazane yokuqala le izala labantwana izale labantwana boyi-2 boys yashona-ke nomyeni wayo basala labantwana. Uyasifisa ukuthi la ekhaya bese sinale hope yokuthi we've got boys now.
Then they heard a strange rumor about their beloved grandson. The Izikhothane bar had been set too high. Thando could just not meet the standard. And that is perhaps why he took his own life.
Ngiyakuvuma ngoba usisi wakhe uke washo baba ukuthi uthando ngathi bengasa
khona ushilo ngathi bengasafuni
that ukhona leyavela lokho leyo.
Was this what drove Thando to such desperate lengths? Pressure to look flashy, to have swag, to be the best? We may never know, but his friends agree. The trend has gone too far.
The way sisibone ngakhona after that disaster. Sibone to know if abantwana Izikhothane abana future. Yenza izinto ezingekho right for abantwana abakhulayo nabazoba ubaba nomama kusasa.
Abanye abafana basuka bayenzela bacabene nabazali babo ba-threaten abazali babo ngokuthi bazozibulala and stuff just cause umuntu akafuna ukumthengela izinto eziso yabona. Abanye sebagcinisa bathethisana noma babo ngathi manje intanga yakhe just for ukuthi amthengele into eso and yabona it's being disobedience kanjalo.
But the warnings about the potential dangers of Izikhothane fall on deaf ears. Kids from the EastRand travel as far as Soweto to challenge their adversaries. Alcohol flows, designer labels flourish, bling rules. Despite the desperate poverty in these townships, the pressure to keep up is relentless. And that brings this fascinating investigation from Katlehong to an end. And we'd like to hear your